Considering how widely mocked the luxury party stuff pack is, it's honestly hilarious that they went and made another party pack. But just last week, we got the new Party Essentials kit, and this is kind of a controversial one, not because there's anything actually wrong with it. There's just been a lot of buzz in the community about how we already have this, we don't need this, it's like My First Pet Stuff 2.0, or I guess in this case, my second party stuff or something. And that is a funny joke, but it does kind of pose the question, is this pack like a replica of Luxury Party? Did they do something bad by releasing this? So in this video, I want to dive into that a little bit more and do a deeper comparison of the two packs. And listen, normally I would say it's not fair to compare a stuff pack to a kit, but in this particular instance, with this particular stuff pack, this one is so bad that it could be a kit. And I mean that with love. Luxury Party is just the worst stuff pack. It objectively has the least stuff in it. So if you're gonna compare any of them to a kit, this is the one to do it. So let's talk about that a little bit more. What is a stuff pack and what is a kit? What's the real difference normally? For the majority of the Sims history, not just the Sims 4, but all of the Sims games, stuff packs were the smallest pack type, not counting the Sims 3 store, okay? Just ignore that part for a second. And in the Sims 4, there's a few different tiers of packs, all hitting different price levels and different amounts of content. And they actually kind of go on like a sliding scale of scope. So expansion packs are the biggest pack, they're the most expensive, they have the most content, and they're usually trying to appeal to a broader audience. But as you go further down the list, you get to game packs that are a little bit more niche, but still kind of broad, and then stuff packs, which are meant to be really niche. So instead of like a big, broad pack about living in the city, we're going all the way down to just a knitting hobby, or like cooking pizza or something. And then usually these stuff packs will have one major new gameplay feature and then some clothing and some furniture to kind of fit with it. The recent stuff packs have been really good. Like that one new gameplay feature turns into a new skill and a new career and a new lot type and all of these extras. But earlier on in the Sims 4's history, that new gameplay feature was like a popcorn machine and that was it. Or in the case of Luxury Party, the new gameplay feature was a buffet table. I'll get into that a little bit more, but the difference between a stuff pack and then a kit is that the kit doesn't have any of that gameplay stuff. The kit is very niche. It's even more niche than just the stuff pack themes. And this is a lot more specific. So it'll be like a few items to furnish maybe one room in your Sims house. Like the pastel pop kit is kind of meant to be like a funky bedroom, and that's pretty much all you can achieve with it. And this, I think, is one of the best kits out of all of them, but you can tell it's primarily just bedroom furniture. The industrial loft kit even is primarily just bedroom furniture. You can't really do a whole house with this. You kind of can. There's a couch and the table, but it's mostly meant to decorate a bedroom or a small space. All of the clothing kits are meant to achieve a very specific style and goal. It's not really trying to be broad at all. It's trying to fit that niche goth vibe they're going for, or fit that niche pool vibe they're going for. And because these kits are smaller, they're about half the price of a stuff pack. Problem is, they kind of have like a third of the content, at least of the more recent stuff packs. So when you look at Crystal Creations, we have a ton of new cast items, we have a ton of new build items, plus a new skill, all of the jewelry you can make, and all the new crystal features. So for $10, you're getting a pack that's honestly leaning a little bit closer to game pack territory versus a kit where you can spend $5 and like kind of play dress up with a sim. So really with the newer stuff packs, you just can't compare them to kits because content-wise, they have so much more. It's like so much more worth the money. But then we start talking about Luxury Party stuff, and that's where things kind of change because this was the first stuff pack we ever got for The Sims 4. Being the first stuff pack, they hadn't really found their footing yet. I don't think they knew what they wanted to do. I don't think they knew what kind of scale they were going for. And so this pack is extremely lacking compared to all of the later stuff packs. The description says, your Sims are getting fancy with The Sims 4 Luxury Party stuff. Throw a luxurious party with a variety of extravagant decor. Extravagant is a good word for that. I'll show you. Upgrade your Sims wardrobes with dazzling gowns and chic formal wear. With the all-new buffet table, you can decide what tasty dishes to serve your Sims and put together the perfect centerpiece for any event. And the key features are fancy furnishings and decor, dazzling gowns and chic formal wear, and the all-new buffet table. When they say dazzling, they're not really kidding. Why are these screenshots so low quality? But they have like a lot of glitter and sparkles happening, which is kind of fun. The clothing is actually kind of fun. fun from this pack. It also has a couple of new hairstyles. In total, there's 41 items in CAS in this pack, which is actually pretty good, but a lot of it is makeup and bad makeup. So I don't know if this really counts because it's kind of hard to use a lot of these things. If you compare that to like Crystal Creations, for example, look at how different the description is, by the way. So much longer, so much more information. This one has 85 CAS items though, if you count all of the jewelry that you can make. A little bit more realistic is Home Chef Hustle, which has 45 CAS items. So the CAS from Luxury Party kind of stands out. It does definitely have that over the Party Essentials kit because obviously Party Essentials has no CAS. Build mode is more where we start having some issues because as you can see, there are 12 items in the build mode of this kit and almost all of them are completely unusable. This is why everyone hates this pack so much. You can't really throw a luxury party with the stuff from this pack. So the key feature here are the new buffet tables and the little fountain. We have 2 buffet tables plus the 1 fountain, and that's where all of the gameplay comes in. Your sim can like put food on the table and then have food at their party, and that's kind of it. And then we have this weird glow bar. There's like a weird swirly light. There's a glowing curtain, bar stool, chair, glitter table, wall panel of light, singular ottoman, glow cube, and that's all you get out of build mode. I'll give credit where credit is due. I actually do use this bar stool sometimes. This is my favorite item from the pack. It's very simple, but this like plain metal bar stool, black and white, this is kind of nice to have. And I actually do kind of like this chair. This is pretty cool for weddings, I think, if you wanted to have a fancy table set up for that kind of thing. I don't really ever use the glitter table. This is not something that really crosses my mind. And I don't really use anything else from the pack. It has kind of a weird selection of swatches too. Lots of very vibrant colors. This pink and black is kind of giving like 2012 to me a little bit, which I mean, it came out in like 2015, so I guess that makes sense. This glow cube is the biggest embarrassment of an item I have ever seen. It literally is just a glowing cube. It works like a table, like a side table, so your Sims can put stuff on it, but it's enormous. You compare it to the size of the actual dining table, it's significantly bigger. But get this, you can't size it down. You also can't size it up. This is what happens. The glow changes. The item itself does not. I don't know where to put this or what to use it for. I've never managed to use this successfully. Even like these curtains are kind of strange. They kind of light up, which I guess is cool. Most of this is just really hard to use. And the only saving grace are the 2 buffet tables, but the problem is they kind of devalued the whole pack because we have buffet tables in other packs now. We got a couple more in the wedding pack, which I'm really glad they did because it's nice to have this stuff in the wedding pack. It works really well for weddings. But then we got another one in high school years, and granted, this one's not like the cutest thing in the world, and it's completely covered in stars because it's meant to be used for the prom. But this is basically just a recolor of the one that comes in Luxury Party. And if you just want this for the functionality of it, you can make do with the stars, and there's no need to ever buy the Luxury Party pack. There is no new gameplay in it anymore because that comes in other packs that are better. Although I don't know about wedding stories, but you know what I mean. It comes in other packs, so you don't need this one. And in all my years of trying to do builds with Luxury Party, it's never managed to work out. You cannot achieve a house build, a party venue. You just can't with Luxury Party. There's not enough stuff. It's all kind of weird stuff. So why did they make the Party Essentials kit if we already have a Luxury Party pack? And it's gonna sound like I'm defending them here, but I actually think that the Party Essentials kit was worth making, and it's a lot better than Luxury Party is. They also kind of serve different purposes. So first of all, the Party Essentials kit has 27 items in it, so it's got a lot more build stuff than Luxury Party does. It obviously has no Create a Sim stuff, and it has no new gameplay, but can we really credit Luxury Party with having gameplay? Not so much. So the build items in this pack, it's kind of a wide variety of interesting decor and like party stuff. So we have things like a few new lights, there's some wall decor with like fancy LED strips and like balloons and streamers and those sort of things. We have confetti, there's a fog machine, we've got a new TV, there's a really nice new record player, there's a new bar, and this is all, I think, a little bit more everyday usable and maybe a little bit more versatile than the stuff from Luxury Party. And I actually feel like because of the swatches they've got on these, a lot of these items could be used for other purposes purposes. This is the style room they gave us, so I might place this down just so we can look and show you. But I feel like you can decorate this to work really nicely for like a fun kids party, and you can put pretty pastel rainbow stuff all over the walls. We can have a lot of pinks and pretty balloons and like toys placed everywhere. Or if you wanted to, you can maybe try and decorate something that's completely all white everywhere and maybe use it instead for like a wedding. Granted, I probably wouldn't use all of these things to make a wedding setup, but you can definitely try and mix and match and pull stuff from this to make a few different kinds of parties. And I don't think that Luxury Party has that. I think that Luxury Party is very specific in what purpose it serves. Truthfully, I don't even know if I look at Luxury Party and feel like it seems like a party pack. I don't know, it has stuff that I guess you could use, but it's such a formal event kind of setup, and this is more of like a house party, a birthday party, stuff like that. I have also never been able to use Luxury Party to make a house, and trust me, I have tried many times. It never works. But I just did this build last week where I tried to make this kind of cool mid-century house, and I used the party pack everywhere in here. I used that new wall panel like a backsplash in the bathrooms and in the kitchen. I used the fancy glowing TV. I used the new record player. In the kids' room, I used the streamers and the confetti to make rugs and wall decor. I kind of use streamers like a curtain in here. We've got LED strips on the wall and LED panels on the wall. And I actually think that this worked out really nicely to decorate just a normal everyday house. And you cannot do that with a glow cube. You just can't. There are a few things that I'm really mad about with this Party Essentials kit. In particular, this item is so frustrating. You might be looking at this thinking like, why do you have an empty cake stand on your dresser? Well, it wasn't empty. Actually, before it had nail polish on it, but for some reason it kept glitching and deleting the nail polish on its own. So I tried to slot decor on it and get like a cute makeup stand, and it didn't really work. But let's say for a second you want to use it like an actual cake stand and put food on it. You can totally do that. You can like put a cake on there. Your Sims can take a piece from the cake if it's on there. You could use it to put up like your tofurkey from Thanksgiving dinner if you wanted to, but you cannot use this for birthday parties. If you wanted to add birthday candles or like age a Sim up, they cannot do it from on top of the platform. That's not really a surprise because we all know how annoying Sims are about birthday candles. It has to be in the exact right place, otherwise you can't do it. Just like slightly having it placed off makes a big difference. The same thing happens on the counter. It has to be in the exact right place on the counter, otherwise you cannot use it. So I'm not really shocked that you can't put birthday candles on the cake when it's on top of the platform, but it's just kind of annoying because it looks like a cake stand, so you want to use it like a cake stand and you can't. It's not the end of the world, and I do like the idea of a little platform. I've been using it for other things the past couple of days, but I don't know. It's frustrating when I try and click on it and you can't. It's such a Sims 4 experience to get excited about a new idea and then, oh, it doesn't work. So that's the main issue with it. It just gets you excited and then crushes your dreams all over again. So you see, he can't blow out the candles, but if I were to remove those candles, can you even do that? Oh my God. You can't even remove them from the wrong place. They have to be in the right spot to remove them too. But he can take a piece from here. We can like call everybody to a meal and then you can grab food off of it just fine. That's no issue. So great for display, not so great for function. And then the other weird thing about this pack is that it has a dance floor that isn't a dance floor. I've seen a lot of talk about this item online. This is the minimalist dance floor, and it's an invisible dance floor. So when you're in game, you can't see it, but you can click there and you can dance on it. You do have to have music playing first or else it won't work. That's why the dance options are grayed out. But if I come and turn on some music real quickly, you can use it as a dance floor and then tell your Sims where to dance and kind of like direct the gameplay, direct the party. And this is a lot better, in my opinion, than literally any of the other dance floors that we have, because I like to use dance floors in my builds, but these are all very specific in terms of style, and you can't really fit this in like the land grab's backyard. You know, all of these look really weird back here. There's wooden ones. We have some cool glass ones. This one's like lava. There is a wedding one as well. But again, none of this really works in the land grab's backyard. You can't really do like a modern party this way either. They're very fancy. And the bonus of this one being invisible is that I can kind of take this and I can make my own dance floor. I can use any texture that I want to fit it into the floor. I can make like a garden party and put it on the grass if I wanted to. And you can really mix and match this item. So if you're a builder, this is great. But I can understand why the average Sims player might look at this and be like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. It's not even an item because it's invisible. So I can see why it might bother you. For me, this is great, but not everybody's gonna love that. So overall, I do honestly think that this Party Essentials kit kind of fills a niche that we sort of needed. We don't really have party decor. We have a couple base game balloons, but there's not a lot of stuff like this. And it is nice to have the ability to decorate for a party a little bit better. I don't think that every person needs this pack, just like I don't think any person needs the luxury party stuff pack, but I don't think that this was like a waste. I certainly don't think that it was repurposed stuff from luxury party. I see this argument sometimes where people say things like, oh, they made this for such and such pack and then released it later and charged us extra money for it. And I think that argument kind of flies with things like My First Pet stuff, because there are items in My First Pet stuff that match cats and dogs but aren't in cats and dogs, and that's kind of weird. But I don't think that these items are from luxury party. Respectfully, the stuff in luxury party is so much worse quality. They didn't make these things in 2015 and sit on them for 9 years, okay? They just didn't. They did make this stuff new for this pack, and it has been 9 years. So if they're gonna make a party pack a decade later, I guess that's maybe fine. If you are going to buy just one of these packs, I would highly encourage you to buy Party Essentials over luxury party. I wouldn't necessarily encourage you outright to buy Party Essentials. Like, if you're not gonna buy one of these packs, that's okay. You don't have to. But if you were gonna buy one of them, I think that this one is better. It has a lot of cooler stuff, even down to like the fog machine. Look at this thing. We don't have anything like that. And I think it's a lot more versatile. And for those of you who do have both packs, I honestly think that these things might pair together kind of nicely. You can see I put the luxury party stuff bar stools at the new bar from Party Essentials. This kind of nice black and gold color does work nicely with these tables. I guess if you really wanted to, you could put a glow cube, but I don't really know if I would encourage anyone to do that. Oh, I don't know. This is a real reach. I'm trying so hard to justify luxury party and you just can't. You just can't do it. No matter how you look at it, it's just bad. The conclusion here and the point that I'm trying to make is that I don't think that Party Essentials is leftovers from luxury party. I do think the two can exist at the same time because they're plenty different enough. And if you're gonna buy just one party pack, please do not buy luxury party. Buy the Party Essentials kit over it. Party Essentials is by no means essential. It's just kind of a fine pack, but if you really want some more party stuff, I think it's a better option. It's also a cheaper option, so it's a win all around. I'm really curious now that it's been a little bit since the Party Essentials kit came out, if any of you bought it and if you like it. I think I like it a lot better than I initially thought I would, but it's definitely not up there as one of my favorite kits. It's probably a little bit closer to the bottom of that tier list. But the beauty of these packs is that they're so niche and they're so personal that your preference might be the complete opposite of mine. Actually, I don't know if anybody looks at this kit and calls it their favorite, but maybe, let me know if that's you. And I'm really sorry to just make a video dunking on luxury party again, but I will take any opportunity to do so. The pack is a waste of money. I just cannot have you out there spending your hard-earned money on that stupid pack. It is the worst pack. But anyway, I think on that note, I'm gonna end this video right here. If you want to see the video I made where I built a house with the Party Essentials kit, I'll link that down below. And I'll also link a video where I tried to build with just luxury party so you can compare them. Thank you for watching, and with that, I'm gonna go and I'll catch you all tomorrow. Okay? Bye, everybody. I got a bug bite on my ear yesterday and I am not pleased about it. You can't see it because it's on the back, but it's so itchy and it's bothering me so much. I've never had an ear bite before.